Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our daily get together live here on Facebook. Look at me, my shirts, they're all wrinkled and stuff, but that's okay. It is Sunday. I can look a little sloppy today because it is Sunday, April 25. And of course, on Sundays, we don't deal with news, we don't deal with anything serious, we deal with just fun stuff. Whatever fun stuff we can get our hands on, that's what we do on Sundays. And today, we're going to talk about some fun things. But before we do that, let me remind you that if you are new to our broadcasts, you can let us know by writing the word new in your comment, and we will give you a proper welcome. Also, keep in mind that if this is your first time and it's a Sunday, please don't take us too seriously. This is the day in which we don't become serious with news, so it is kind of a break day. So let us take a look at who is here. As you can see, Luna is here. She's just chilling and lounging. Let's take a quick look. Brett is still in Seattle. Great to see you. Conchas Chinas is in the house. Great to see you, Raymond. Let's see who else is here. Kelly is here. ¿Cómo amaneció usted? How is your morning? He asks. Well, I am lovely, and I hope you're lovely too. Well-deserved Sunday. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's take another look. Angelo says, Happy Sunday, Clusterites. Clusterites, that's a new one for me, and I love it. Sherry did her homework early this morning just to be able to be here. That is absolutely lovely. Let's see. Joe and Lorraine are in Fluvial, just down the street. I love it. Luna looks like she had a big night. Yes, absolutely. We had our morning play routine this morning, and now she's back here. Angelo says, my shirt has hanger tits. I have news for you, Angelo. All my shirts have hanger tits. And I will make a confession. My iron died. My iron, as in, one of those chingaderas to keep your wrinkles from disappearing. My iron died about 2.5 years ago, and I've never seen the need to replace it. So I've been going wrinkled since then. But now that I'm crocheting so much, I find the need to buy an iron again. But because I want things to look smooth, etc., etc. Luna and I are still tired from celebrating Barbara Streisand's birthday yesterday. Oh, I bet that was a fabulous party. James asked, was Barbara in PV? I am sure that Barbara lives in PV in one way or another under some kind of female impersonator wig. But I cannot tell you specifically where she is. Anyhow, today we have interesting things. We are going to take a look at that Elizabeth Taylor sculpture. We're going to take a look at edible penises, and we're going to take a look at the Academy Awards. And I'm all Um, oh my God, Raymond. It's depressing when your iron dies. How did you get this way, man? I mean, I love it, but where do you get them from? I wish I was that witty and so fast. It's just amazing. Anyhow, let's get the show on the road. And if I feel a little bit uneasy, it's because I was experiencing technical glitches just before we got started. So I am going to. Blair says, aren't all penises edible? Seriously, Blair. Well, let's start with this one. And if this works, then all my technical woes are gone. What the hell was that? That was an edible penis shaped ice cream wafer, courtesy of a new business, or at least new to Puerto Vallarta, called Santa Polla. Polla is Spanish, not as in Mexican Spanish, but Spanish as in Spain. In Spain, polla is the word that is used for penis. It's a slangish, gentle word for penis. For penis. So Santa Polla is kind of like saying um, holy penis. And why am I showing you this? Well, because there is a brand new business in Puerto Vallarta called Santa Polla. I think it's going to be a franchise. And what they do is ice cream, in which is served in these penis shaped wafers, which are then covered in liquids of different colors. And I am not making this up. This is actually happening. Look at their promotions. The one on the left is pink. Obviously, the one on the right asks the question, "Do you like them black?" Which sounds a lot more horrible in English than it does in Spanish. Um, but that's what they ask. And again, I'm not making this up. There's a new store in downtown Puerto Vallarta, right behind McDonald's, called Santa Polla. I have yet to visit it, but but it's there in case you guys get a little hungry and you want to put one in your mouth. I don't know if the ice cream is good or if the liquids that these things are covered in are good. All I know is that this was sent to me. I believe it was Angelo who sent this to me. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's cute. I think it's cute. And for a change, I have to applaud the fact that it's an innovative business and that they have a clear concept behind it and that their promotional photography is delicious. So, oh my God, another punster. Mark says, looks like that might be a hard sell. I love it. I love it. Um, Logan says, file this under things you could never get away with in the US. Really? Really? I'm surprised to hear that. I actually am surprised to hear that. Because I would think that the US would be a lot more relaxed about these things than little old Mexico. Angelo asks, are they cream filled? Well, I would think it's creamy ice cream, I suppose. Um, Raymond says maybe Licks should sell those. Well, I don't know. Licks already has their vision, and I think it would be a little bit late for that. Um, Many foreigners in Spain end up confusing polla with pollo when ordering in restaurants. Well, that would never happen to me because I know when I am in the mood for pollo and I know when I am in the mood for polla. So it's just a matter of getting your your um, your vowels in place. Stephanie says, notice the ladies are silent on this subject. Well, I'd be curious to just sort of sit at the ice cream shop and see who is who is walking into the shop because Mexicans can be known to be a little shy and bashful. So I don't know if this is going to be a very popular thing or not. I am reminded of a commercial, a restaurant which used to live oh my God, I am all over the place. I can't focus because my next door neighbor is playing music very loudly. There used to be a restaurant in Mexico City a million years ago. I mean, I was a kid when my parents took me to this restaurant called Los Comerciales. The ads, commercial is a commercial, as in television commercial, the ads. And it was all full of comedy and funny things. And I understand, I never went into the ladies' room, but I understand that in the ladies' room at this restaurant was a small, well, life size, I suppose, reproduction of David, Michelangelo's sculpture of David, and it had a little fig leaf that you could lift. So this fig lift was wired in such a way that every time a lady walked into the men's room, excuse me, and she lifted the leaf to see what was under it, there was a ring that would go on in the restaurant. So it was kind of silly, and that women would come out of the ladies' room and everybody would be laughing because this bell would ring throughout the restaurant, indicating that some curious lady had lifted the leaf. So anyhow, that's a little bit of my childhood. But there we go. Whether the ice cream tastes like ice cream or the ice cream tastes like chicken, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. Look what Tracy at Choco Banana started. I don't even know who is behind this. All I could see from the name of the business, I actually went looking for their website. The website is not operating just yet, and they seem to have a shop here in Puerto Vallarta and another one in Tepic. So it might be new entrepreneurs from the region. Anyhow, we'll have to go eat some cold penises just to see what happens with us. And let's see, what else do we have? Let us move on to our lady friend. Oh dear. There she is, Elizabeth in all her glory. Now, these are not photos that I took. These are photos that were sent to me. And there she is. From looking at this photo, I can tell that this is a tiny little bust. And this tiny little bust seems to be located, well, first of all, it's located on top of a ginormous column. So putting the bust there is clearly an afterthought. And this seems to be on the stairs that descend from the Quale pedestrian bridge onto the Isla Rio Quale. And here is a closer look. The label under the sculpture reads Elizabeth Rosamond Taylor, then the date in which she was born and the date in which she passed away. British United States actress of the film, theater, and television that, oh my God, that thrusted the tourism development in Puerto Vallarta, which is a lie. She just came to do a picture. That's all she did. In fact, she was not even in the picture. She did not do anything for that matter. But there we are. There we are. There it is. The sculpture is not signed, at least not on the plaque. One would have to look at the sculpture itself very closely to find out who made it. I don't know who made it. And if you want to get up close and personal, we can do that. There she is. I believe Miss Taylor's eyes were of a different color. I don't know exactly where this came from. And it's worth noticing that Elizabeth Taylor already has another sculpture, the one that was made by, oh dear, the name escapes me, but it sits right outside of the restaurant. It's a sculpture of her and Richard Burton together. So we don't know much about this sculpture. All that we know is that it is tiny or small, and it was placed on a base that is clearly not designed for it. And Mushi says she came to do Richard Burton, and Christy says the same thing. You guys are too funny. The bust doesn't do her bust justice. Well, they removed her bust from the bust. That's the problem. Thank you, David. I know that the sculpture is at Casa Kimberly. I just wish I could remember the name of the sculptor that did it. Ronnie Lee cuts to the chase. Horrible. She was banging a married man while married. Ridiculous. Well, it is what it is. I can tell you that I've also searched online to see if there have been any news items about Elizabeth Taylor or any of this stuff or the sculpture, and there has been nothing. So we don't know how it got there. We don't know why it is there. All we know is that it is there. And what can I tell you? It's just it is what it is. I wish I could feel more inclined to trash it, but at the same time, I realized that somebody. Uh, Logan says, besides looking nothing like her, está chueca. Está chueca means she is crooked. Um, well, what can I tell you? Somebody made this, so somebody is putting food on the table because this was made. And it is an artistic statement, so art is subjective. So I'm trying to be kind here. I know that it's Sunday Funday, but I can't bring myself to trash this horrible thing. Oh, I suppose I just did. Anyhow, Mark continues with the puns, and Angelo does too. I think the bust is a bust. Mark says, I would say that sculpture is a bust. All right. Thank you, Memo. I was looking for Jim's name. Jim Demetro is the artist who did the piece at Casa Kimberly. Kimberly, thank you very much. Jim Demetro is a wonderful sculptor. He did the sculpture of the dancers, the folkloric dancers on the Malecon. He also did the sculpture of the donkey, which is at Parque Lázaro Cárdenas, at Plaza Lázaro Cárdenas. I don't know if Jim did this sculpture. He may have not. Jim is known for very beautiful, very detailed works. So I don't know who did this. And we will find out at some point. Anyhow, we don't want to dwell too much on this situation. I also want to talk a little bit about the Academy Awards. The Academy Awards are today, and I feel so nostalgic for award ceremonies that were full of lavish costumes and numbers, and theaters that were full of people and great dresses and horrible dresses. And ever since the pandemic came, they just haven't been able to figure out how to do Academy Awards or awards of any kind. And I must confess that for the first time in many, many years, I am completely out of touch with the awards, with the nominations, with everything. I'm just not with it this year. And I know that there's at least one Academy Awards party this year. I don't know if you're feeling excited about learning about the movies. I mean, the pandemic has changed everything, but I figured we needed to have at least some sense as to how Mexico has fared in the Academy Awards through the years. So we're going to take a quick look at that, but not before I look at this other comment from Mijal. I heard from someone that it was a Mexican version of Liz Taylor. Not sure what that means, just an interpretation. Well, I can tell you that when my hair was down to my shoulders, I dressed up as a woman and I went to a bar and I thought of my hair was done this way and then it was poofed. And I thought I was Juanita Baker, the Mexican version of popular soul singer Anita Baker. And I had a lovely time. So is this a Mexican version of Elizabeth Taylor? I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. All we know is that there she is, and there she's going to be at least for a little while, unless they make her go away like they made the sculpture of Mexican golf champion Lorena Herrera disappear. Let us continue with what I was telling you about Mexico and the Academy Awards. We're going to take a quick look at how Mexico has fared through the years, and we start with a very wimpy fanfare. Ta-da! So we are going to take a look at some of the awards and how has Mexico gotten along with the Oscars through the years. And we're going to start by looking at international feature film submissions. The first film to ever be submitted was called Torero by director Carlos Vela from Spain. It was not nominated. For that matter, Carlos Vela is best remembered for his 1967 film Pedro Páramo, based on the short novel of the same name by Juan Rulfo. And just so you know, Pedro Páramo in Mexico is just as important as Don Quixote is in Spain, for example. So Mexico has submitted films in this category since 1957, which is 1 year after the category went into place. Um, um, the category had just gone into place the previous year, and Mexico has submitted a total of 53 films, out of which 9 have been nominated to receive the Academy Award for International Best Feature Film. And of course, in 1988, in 1918, 2018, I'm not getting my numbers right. In 2018, Roma, which was directed by Alfonso Cuaron, won the Academy Award for International Feature Film Submission. Now let's look at production design. Production designers are responsible for the visual concept of a film, television series, or a theatrical production. They identify a style for the sets, the locations, the graphics, the props, the lighting, everything that has to do with the way a film looks and feels has to do with production design. And Mexico has fared well on this category, sort of. You see, the first time that a Mexican won the award was in 1949 for the Heiress, and the production designer was Emile Curie, who was a Mexican-born American set decorator of Lebanese descent. So why should Mexico be taking credit for this? It's a mystery to me, but Emile Curie was born in Mexico, so I suppose we can take credit for that. Curie won the award again in 1954 for 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, a fabulous film by Irvin Allen. I remember that one when I was a kid. And then Edward Carrer, another Mexican who doesn't sound like a Mexican, won in 1967 for Camelot. Then Brigitte Broch, another Mexican who sounds nothing like a Mexican, won it in 2001 for Moulin Rouge. So I guess we've done okay in this category. Eugenio Caballero, finally somebody that sounds like a Mexican name, won in 2006 for Pan's Labyrinth, which was a fabulous film. Now let's take a look at Best Picture. The Academy Award for Best Picture is one of the Academy Awards presented annually since the awards debuted in 1929. And this award goes to the producers of the film, not the director, but the people that oversee the overall production. And Mexican films have been nominated 6 times, and Birdman won it in 2014, and then The Shape of Water won it in 2017. Now we take a look at the best director, the best director, the best director, which is the Mexican director, Alejandro González Iñárritu, was the first to be nominated ever for Babel in 2006. Alfonso Cuarón was the first Mexican and Latin American to win ever, and this was for Gravity in 2013. We remember the opening scene of Gravity. If you went to see that in the movie theaters, you have this scene of, I believe it's Sandra Bullock, hovering all over space, and in the background you can see Banderas Bay. You can see our bay. Why is that? Well, because Alfonso Cuarón, the director, is from Guadalajara. So needless to say, when he went to his special effects team and he said, I need a picture of the earth in the background, well, of course he was going to have the state of Jalisco in the background, and he did. González Iñárritu won in 2014 and 15 for Birdman and The Revenant, respectively. So we've done well on Best Director. And Guillermo del Toro won in 2017 for The Shape of Water. And last but not least, Alfonso Cuarón won again in 2018 for Roma. Now, in terms of cinematography, well, cinematography, for starters, it's the the person behind the camera or the person supervising what the camera is filming at any time. And since in Mexico has been consistently nominated through the years, starting with 1964 with Gabriel Figueroa for The Night of the Iguana. He was nominated. He did not win, but he was nominated in 1964. Um, Mexico did take the first Oscar in 2006 in this category for Pan's Labyrinth. It was Guillermo Navarro who was in charge of cinematography. And then Emmanuel Lubezki, wow, he came in 2013, 14, and 15. 3 years in a row, he won for Gravity, Birdman, and The Revenant, respectively. So we can see how we've done better in this category. Alfonso Cuaron took the award in 2018 for Roma. And you're probably wondering, well, where are the actors and the actresses? Well, we haven't fared that well in that regard. The only time a Mexican actor has been nominated, or the first time a Mexican actor was nominated, was Anthony Quinn, who I bet you didn't even know is Mexican, and he is. And I believe he won for a film. I forget what it was. And I believe also Salma Hayek has been nominated, but we haven't done quite well in terms of the actual actors. But it's good to see that Mexico has had a strong presence in the Academy Awards in other categories. Let me take a quick look at some of your comments. Have we gotten over the night? Have we gotten over the Elizabeth Taylor business? Yes, we have. Well, we are dwelling on constant repeat. Okay, noted. Let's see what else we have. Oh, Mark is channeling his inner Raymond. I love it, Mark. You've scored a couple of good puns today. And yes, Mushi, that was exactly the case. Um, True story, Banderas Bay as the lens pans towards Lake Chapala. The moment I noticed that, I was immediately pulled in for the rest of the film. I was too. And I remember seeing that on the big screen, and I loved it. Anthony Quinn, it would have been for Zorba the Greek. I believe you are correct, Barbara. Anyone nominated this year that we should watch out for? Well, that's the thing. I personally, I'm guilty as charged this year. I just have not found myself driven to any of the films, and maybe I am not paying attention, or maybe my mind is elsewhere. I don't know, but I sure hope that the Academy Awards are fun. I will look for them tomorrow because I know that I don't have access to watch them live, but I will definitely be looking for them. And this is Coffee and Headlines for today. I hope you were amused. I hope you were entertained by some of these factoids about the Academy Awards. Again, if the artist behind that bust for Elizabeth Taylor is somewhere here silently lurking, we mean no offense. We just wish we understood why it's there or how it got there, and the story behind it. For all we know, there's a great story, but as long as we don't know the story, it's difficult to put any context into that. And last but not least, as far as the penis-shaped ice cream, well, for me, it's just a matter of time. Tomorrow is going to be Monday, and usually Monday we take a look at the COVID-19 numbers that our governor presents sometime through the day today. If he does have any good or bad news to share out to that respect, we'll definitely be keeping you posted, along with all the other news that we usually feature as we begin a new week. I hope your day today is a wonderful day, full of sunshine and safety and good food and tacos and all those things that we love so much here in Puerto Vallarta. Between now and the next time that we get together, stay kind, stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay in touch. Have a great day.